Marie Antoinette was headed for the guillotine, a woman stripped of everything, her title, her family, and her crown. But hidden within the folds of her dress was a small vial of perfume. Even at the threshold of death, she refused to part with that specific scent. That Houbigant scent was her connection to a world of absolute elegance, a final fragment of the Versailles she had lost to the fires of revolution. But how did a scent crafted by the son of a domestic servant become a nostalgic status symbol for a doomed queen? This unlikely rise from the shadows of the attic to the heights of the royal court belongs to Jean-François Houbigant. This is the journey of a man who didn't just sell fragrance, he bottled the scent of power itself. Enter the world of the Hôtel des Charost, home of the Duke of Charost. This massive mansion was one of the most powerful addresses in France, but Jean-François didn't live in the grand rooms. He lived in the attic. The air under the slanted ceilings was thick. His parents were part of the invisible machinery that kept the house running. His father, Nicolas, labored in the stables, surrounded by the smell of wet leather and manure. His mother, Geneviève, worked as trusted domestic help for the Duchess. Jean-François lived between two worlds. He helped with chores in the courtyard. He smelled the greasy soot of cheap animal fat candles in his cabbage soup. The light in the attic came from a single window tunneled into the roof. But when he helped his mother downstairs, everything changed. He stepped into the grand salon. Mirrors reflected 1,000 lights. The air smelled of honeyed beeswax and expensive flowers. He saw that, to the nobles, perfume was a wall. It was a marker of rank that separated them from the stench of the streets. Luckily for Jean-François, the Duke and Duchess of Charost weren't typical nobles. The Duke was a philanthropist who believed in helping others. The Duchess saw that Jean-François was bright. She wanted him to aim higher than just be a servant. She invested in his education, setting him on the path to the prestigious world of perfumery. Around his late teens, Jean-François entered the tough world of the Perfumer Glovers Guild. His apprenticeship was under the master perfumer, Monsieur Deschamps. This wasn't just about smelling flowers. It was part chemistry, part hard labor. He spent years learning to tan leather and distill plants. While learning the trade, he fell in love with his teacher's daughter, Nicole Adelaide Deschamps, another lucky career break. In those days, marrying into your master's family was a strategic move, giving him the standing he needed to eventually strike out on his own. Jean-François then took a massive risk. He opened his own shop in the then up-and-coming area where his parents served the Duke and Duchess. He hung a hand-drawn sign outside. A store in the location where the nobility lived was another sharp business move. During those times, perfume was sold in dark pharmacies to fight off disease. Houbigant changed everything. To attract the high-end nobility, he created a boutique that felt like high fashion. He turned perfume into a way to express who you were. He turned it into an art form. When he got married shortly after, the Duke of Charost himself attended the wedding. It was a big deal in those days. A high-ranking duke at a former servant's wedding? It sent a message to all of Paris. Jean-François Houbigant was a man of significant influence. Houbigant's ascent was further fueled by groundbreaking creations. In an innovative streak, he moved away from the heavy animal musks of the times and mastered floral compositions that felt alive. His muslin water scent became a sensation. It was light, airy, and smelled like fresh linens and fresh herbs, a radical departure from the suffocating scents of the old court. The scent was perfect for delicate fabrics like muslin worn by the nobility. Then came a complex bouquet of 1,000 flowers that captured the very essence of a royal garden. These events and scents brought him the ultimate customer, Queen Marie Antoinette. She was obsessed with his natural aesthetic. Houbigant's creations captured the airiness of her private sanctuary. But then, the revolution arrived. The royal family tried to escape Paris. Even in a life-or-death escape, the queen packed her heavy mahogany travel case with Houbigant's perfumes. Marie Antoinette dressed as a governess to hide from her enemies. She packed a perfume that smelled like clean laundry, but the refined scent signaled her royalty to everyone she passed. Even as she was led to prison, she clung to those vials. They were her last reminders of the life of a queen. The fires of revolution almost destroyed the Charost family too. The Duke was stripped of his wealth and thrown in jail. It's rumored that Jean-François didn't forget who helped him. In a role reversal, the son of the servant became the secret benefactor of the Duke. Houbigant was an agile businessman. He adapted from a monarchical client base to a post-revolutionary client base. The legend of the doomed queen clinging to her vials of perfumes only enhanced Houbigant's reputation. When the smoke cleared, he became the perfumer for the new imperial elite. Napoleon Bonaparte and Empress Josephine became his biggest fans. Napoleon was obsessed with being clean. He reportedly used 60 bottles of Houbigant's eau de cologne every month. He even carried it into battle to keep his mind sharp amidst the stench of war. By the time Jean-François passed on, the foundation was set. The House of Houbigant would go on to serve Queen Victoria, the Tsars of Russia, and many other royals, transforming an already prestigious name into an eternal symbol of luxury perfumes. The boy from the smoky attic had created a legendary brand. He moved perfume from the medicine cabinet to the royal vanity. Jean-François Houbigant didn't just climb the social ladder, he built a new one. He proved that rank might be inherited, but the scent of success is something you create yourself. Learn more about the history of wealth, the grit of human ambition, and the spirit of innovation. Check these videos out next.